Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to the homestead and into the greenhouse, or the new greenhouse. It's not so new now, it's a couple of years old, but it's our polycarbonate greenhouse, and spring has sprung, it seems, and this week we're expecting temperatures to hold around sort of 0 mark during the night and come up to maybe +10 during the day, and the greenhouse is warming up. And one of the things we wanted to do was take better advantage of the greenhouse to extend the growing period, and in conjunction with the new grow lights that you've seen in our other video, and we've been able to grow some hardy crops in ahead of time to be able to plant in here, because this greenhouse won't be used really for tomatoes and peppers until around mid-May here. That's when our last frost date is. So we've got plenty of room and time to grow some greens here in the greenhouse. And then what else I want to do today is to make a little sort of propagation box cold frame that is a bit more portable than the other one that's out there to use in the greenhouse, because we have a lot of things like onions, which are quite hardy, which they're not to be planted in here, they're for the main field, but we need to put them somewhere where they can grow and thrive in that in-between time, and the best place for that really is here in the greenhouse, and so that it will give them a little bit of protection at night and let them grow during the day. So I've still got some polycarbonate left from the build of this greenhouse, a couple of sections that came off the end for the arches, for the ends of the tunnel, and so I'm going to try and utilise that so it doesn't go to waste, and make a nice polycarbonate lid for this little cold frame. So let's go and get the seedlings and get the polycarbonate cold frame built, and then we can install those in here and plant those seedlings. So we've got some spring onion, some pakchoi, some spinach, some parsley plants. I won't actually plant those in here, I need to repot those. And then some cos lettuce and some red pakchoi over there. And then they'll go down this part here. And then further down, I've got some carrots planted there. Just give us some early carrots, some spinach here. And then there's some overwintered red Russian kale here, which amazingly has managed to survive the winter here, which went down to about -28 degrees, I think, here. And that was an experiment, but it seems to have worked. But let's get on and plant these seedlings, and then we can see where we are and maybe put a few other seeds in. I try and use whatever I've got to hand for my transplants. I obviously prefer the multi-cell trays, but I just happen to have here a tray that was given to me as a gift, and I put all my seedlings in here. It just means it's a bit more finicky to get the seedlings down. You have to be a bit delicate, that you don't break the roots, but other than that it works great. So one of the things I learned last year was that seedlings really do require a lot of water. It sounds odd saying that, it seems obvious, but never underestimate how much water they need and how much water a bed can soak away. So I've got a pretty good system now in preparing beds for transplants, and so the day before I did this, I gave that bed a really good soaking 24 hours before, and then about half an hour before I made this video, I then gave it another good soaking as well. You still need to water them afterwards. It stops it being soaked away by the dry soil and removing it from the roots, so that when those seedlings are put in, they're completely surrounded by wet soil and compost in this case. So I am putting the red pakchoi in at the bottom of the bed. I think you really get a sense here of how wet that soil is. At this time of year, the greenhouse isn't too warm, it doesn't dry out too quick, but obviously if I was doing this in the middle of summer I would be really concentrating the water around the roots of the seedlings. So that's all the transplants planted now, and it's time to get on and make my cold frame for the greenhouse. Okay, so there's our little cold frame done for the inside the greenhouse, and as you've just seen, I've put the first seedlings inside there. Of course the lid is only for the night time, we don't need it during the day, so that can stay up there, and then when it comes evening I'll come in and pop the lid back on. In terms of the height, it's okay. I mean, to be honest, once seedlings get beyond this sort of height, it's time for them to go into the ground, to be honest. And of course, if I do need a little bit of extra depth, I can just remove some of the soil. It's no problem at all. And I've just put some brassicas in here and some parsley, and those onions are too big for in here, but they're onions, so they'll survive outside anyway. The daytime temperatures here probably will fluctuate around no lower than 0 degrees. And you know, if we are going to get a little cold spell, then I just pop out and put the lid back on, really. It's as simple as that. So I hope you found that of some use and perhaps some inspiration. But it certainly will help us manage our seedlings as we get more sort of piling up indoors. Once they've had their little spell under the grow lights, they can then come out here, certainly as the average temperatures rise. So thanks for watching the video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.